kids, welcome to this week's science lesson, Ringing Chimes and Telephone Lines, Part 1. If you'd like to follow along at home, all you're going to need is some string and some utensils from your kitchen, like spoons and forks and things like that. To begin, you're going to tie a string onto the end of your fork or spoon or whatever you're using. And then we're going to try something with this. Now there's a part of your ear called a tragus. It's the little flap that covers the ear canal. You have to know where your tragus is. And what we're going to do is this. If I hold this string and I hit this fork with something, like I hit it against the table, you'll hear a ringing sound. Now it's not very loud, is it? You can probably barely hear that. You might try hitting it with another object like a spoon, something metal hitting against that makes the sound a little bit louder. But what we're going to do is take the string with a piece in each hand and we're going to place the ends of the string against the tragus on our ears like this. And it's very important that you push the string against the tragus and try not to let the string touch anything else. Like don't hold the string with your fingers down here or let the string touch your cheek or anything like that. You want the string to only touch your tragus like I'm showing you right now. Then you're going to lean forward and you're going to have someone tap that fork with another object like a pencil or a spoon or something. Now since I'm by myself, if you're by yourself, you can do this by simply swinging it against the table like this. Oh my goodness! I want to try that again. Now, those of you watching from home might hear that sound, but the sound I'm hearing is very different than the sound you're hearing. If you want to, pause the video and try this yourself. It's an amazing sound. I'm going to try that again. I wonder why it does that. It sounds so different to me when I'm listening through the tragus and the strings than when you're listening on this video. It's such a beautiful sound too. I wonder what would cause that to happen. That's the kind of question that scientists often ask when they do things like this. Now, if I were to touch the string with my fingers like this while holding it against the tragus, it doesn't sound as nice. Or if the strings are touching my cheeks, like this, because the string is too short, it sounds a little bit different. But if the strings are just touching my tragus and nothing else, what a wonderful sound. Now, anytime I discover something amazing, I like to try to modify it. I like to try to change it and try different things. So I went to the kitchen and I got some other things. I got this ladle, which is quite a bit bigger. Let me try that. Oh, wow, that's amazing. You've got to try that. And what if I try something bigger still? What will this do? Let's see. This was the largest thing I could find in my kitchen. Oh, this is incredible. It makes me want to try more and more things. So I went back to the kitchen and I thought, what if what I tried wasn't made of metal? What if I got a plastic utensil like this one? What do you think is going to happen when I hit this while the strings are touching my tragus? So right now, it's making a clicking sound. But when it touches my tragus, I wonder if it'll make another remarkable sound like the metal ones did. Now that's very interesting. It didn't do what I expected it to do. Let me try a wooden utensil. Here's a wooden spoon. And again, I'll hit it against the table so you can hear it. Clack, clack, clack. Well, that's an unusual sound. Again, I did not expect that. Wow, it's amazing what that does. I find this to be more interesting to my ears than the plastic utensil, and I find the metal ones to be even more interesting. So I went to the kitchen and I got even more stuff. I got a measuring cup. I got these tongs. I want to try lots of different experiments, and you can too. Go to your kitchen and see what you can find that you can test. So here's a measuring cup. That's pretty interesting. What about the tongs? Let's try these. Ooh. I like that sound way better than the sound this makes. I wonder why. What is it about this and some of the things I tried earlier that sound so incredible compared to that? And then I like to try different things. Like, does this type of string make a difference? I have thick string and I have thin string. You might try that if you have different types of string at home. Does the length of the string make a difference? For example, if I go out to the very ends of the string and place those against my tragus, that's an interesting sound, but if I shorten the strings, will it sound different? I don't know if I can detect a difference in that sound or not, but you should try that and see. Now I'll show you something else that I found that was very interesting to me when I explored things in the kitchen. I took the grate out of my oven. Now make sure your oven's off before you do this. And it's rather heavy, so again, you might need someone to help you with this one. But here's what it sounds like by itself. That's a pretty cool sound by itself, isn't it? But let me go out to the end points of the string, place them against my tragus. What do you think is going to happen? Oh my goodness! Another fun thing is to have someone strum those metal bars, just like you'd strum the strings of a guitar while you're holding this against the tragus. So try some different things. See what you can do. Now, here's another experiment that I found that was very interesting to me. If I take and tie my string on here, it makes kind of an interesting sound if I swing it from side to side. So let me get all the twists out of my string. And what I'm going to do is hit this against the table, or you can have a friend hit it. And then you're going to swing it side to side like this. And listen to what it does. So I'm going to get it against my tragus, and then I'm going to swing it side to side after hitting it on the table. Now that was interesting. It does something amazing inside my head. You should try this. Hit it and then swing it. Oh, that's incredible. Well, one time I was trying that and I didn't have the string tied on here as a knot. Instead, I had the string just passing through there like this, so that the spoon could slide on the string like this. Now this time I'm going to put the ends of the string against my tragus, and then I'm going to get all the twists out of it, and I'm not going to hit it. I'm just going to swing it side to side. Tell me if you can hear a sound. Now you probably don't hear anything when I do that, but I'm hearing something. And you know what it reminds me of? It sounds like Darth Vader breathing inside my head. So see what other experiments you can think of with these items, these metal items, these wooden and plastic items, and different types of string. And try to figure out what's making this sound happen this way inside your head. Thanks, and we'll see you next week for part 2 of ringing chimes and telephone lines. Next week for part 2 of ringing chimes and telephone lines, you'll need to gather 2 paper clips, 2 cups. Plastic cups or paper cups work really well, and some string. So if you have those on hand, you can take part in next week's lab and build your own experiments. See you then.